Hello guys, welcome and welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about how to install Apache Airflow with Docker. So, in order to install Docker, I have created this document where you can just follow all the steps and it should be good to go. So when we install it with Docker, we get lot of things like it installs the database by itself, it creates celery workers, it does all the job by itself. We don't have to create specifically, we don't have to specify anything like what should be the worker and how it should be. It will do everything for you. So it's a good thing. Like we get more things, but the issue with that is you need a lot of resources. Whereas I mean what they recommend is having 4 GB of RAM, but according to what we tried and what is our experience, even 4 GB is like it gets to 4.3.9, then 4, and then VM just crashes. So make sure you have decent amount of memory, like 8 GB of RAM and good processor. Then only you should try this. Otherwise, you just install normal version and it should work with 4 GB of RAM. What is their minimum requirement? So let's start here. I have the same VM where I used Python installation. So I'm just going to create. So basically, I have these folders, but still I can just use this command and it will create entire thing. So let me try this. Okay, I need to change user. Okay, now I am owner. Now let's go inside this directory using cd and this. Now we are inside Docker. Make sure we don't have anything here. Now, this is where they have mentioned all the things. So as per this video, I believe this is the current version. So I'm just going to clone this thing or download this thing into that folder. So using wget, I'm just going to do this and it should be here. Now we have a Docker Compose file ready. So let's edit it. Inside here, so you can see I have specified few things to be changed. So for example, you can change the Postgres version from 13 to 16 because I guess 13 is very old. So you can even use 17. I believe that is the current latest, but let's stick with 16. Other things are fine. If you want, you can just change all these things. For example, you can shift from Redis to Valkey and so on. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to focus on how to install it. So let's keep that. Now, inside this thing, we are going to create these things like tags, logs, plugins, and configuration. So it will just create all this directory here, and you should be able to see everything created. And now we are going to tell the Airflow that the current user needs to be the one who is going to execute the Airflow. Because what will happen if you don't do this, we face an issue like permission issue and everything. We have a lot of issues we saw, and you're just doing this. So basically, it is going to write Airflow UID equal to current user's ID into the .env file that Docker will pick up. So I'm just going to put it here, and if you want, you can just put this like Airflow admin user and password. You can just change it this admin to whatever you want. I'm not going to do it. By default, it is going to be Airflow and Airflow. So you can just do that. Optionally, you can just disable Airflow core load examples to false. I think that is incorrect. Let me check. Okay, you can put it in the env file like this. Let me check if that is here. Okay, so it's true. You can change it to false here. So you can change it to false. That's fine. And now, first thing that we are going to do is we are just going to start one container out of these. So let me go back here. You should be able to see uh, this container, which is Airflow init, where it is. So we have this. So this is Airflow init. It is going to initialize your container. It is going to do everything for you and keep, for example, here you can see it is saying a warning. You need a 4 GB of memory. You should have 2 CPUs and so on. It is going to do all the things, all the migrations and everything for you. And then it will kill itself. So, and Then once it is done, then we will start all the servers or all the containers. So let me just start it. So it is saying container is running as root user. Consider using a regular account. Format's fine. You can also change the PostgreSQL if you want. It will not create a database container and all the things. But for this tutorial, I'm not going to do that as well. So let it be. And at the end, let me change my port from 8080 to something else because there is something running on 8080. So I'm going to change it to 89.1. 8091. And at the end, I'm just going to run docker-compose. Let's wait. So it started one more Airflow in it. So it's basically same thing. It created the same thing again. But this time it is not going to do anything because it says Airflow already exists in database. So this is database. And then it exited with this code 0 that it was successful. Now we will wait for a couple of more minutes for Airflow web server and all the required things like Redis and other things, web server, unicorn server, salary workers, and all the things to start. Now it says listening on port 8080, but this is Docker port. We pointed that 8080 to some other port, so I'm going to do this 8091. That is where we like pointed our Docker port. This 8091 is getting pointed to 8080 inside Docker, and default is Airflow. So I'm going to do that. And now you can see we are able to log in. So this is good enough for us for this tutorial, but there are few drawbacks that I want to quickly cover. So even if the installation is very easy, everything is fine. This way of installation is easy, but if you need any provider, in that case, you have to build your own image because you will have to install it using pip. So you will have to create a Docker file and do a pip install and everything. So that is part of a next video or later video. I will do that. But that's why I usually prefer bare metal installation for this. But I mean, both were fine. You can decide whatever you want. And in upcoming videos, we will also talk about how we can create Airflow DAGs and how we can perform CI/CD. So basically, we will figure out or we will create multiple uh, multiple architectures, how the CI/CD can be done, and what are the best practices, how people are doing it. So we will definitely do that and add it here as well. So if you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.